Hello and welcome to today's episode of Through a Trauma-Informed Lens, Soma, Psyche and Soul. I'm Aneta Itchak and I'm your host here. Thank you so much for joining me here in this space today. Today, I want to talk about something that I see so much when I'm working with clients, when I'm delivering our training certification, where I'm holding space in our business mentorship and mastermind program. And that something is how hard-led, conscientious, deeply caring practitioners try so hard to move forward with their personal development, with their healing, with their business growth in the way that they support their clients and their communities. That sense of wanting to become better, to improve ourselves, to show up in a better way. It's so beautiful. It comes from our hearts, it comes from our souls, and yet it can leave us feeling completely depleted, completely exhausted. We run out of steam, we run out of energy. And it's a very unsustainable way of living and working. So check it for yourself. How are you feeling right now? So right now, as I'm recording this episode, we are coming to the end of November. We are in this funny period of the year where Christmas seems like it's still quite far away, in a sense of us finally maybe being able to slow down and have a couple of days rest. And yet it feels so close and there is so much to do. And I noticed that with myself, how this time of the year, there is this pressure to do more so I can finally take a little bit of time off around Christmas and slow down and rest and regroup and maybe take some time to review the year and plan for the next year. And what I'm hearing in all of my programs right now is how tired and exhausted all the women are. How there is so much to do, how they feel like they are behind, how they are trying so hard and feeling like they're getting nowhere. There is also that sense of feeling like a fraud because they're talking about nervous system regulation or they're talking about how to look after your well-being and they're saying that to their clients. And yet they're struggling themselves with their energy, with their focus, with their sleep, with the stories that they are telling themselves in their mind. And so if this is you, I want to let you know that you are not alone. This time of the year can bring up so much in addition to everything that is happening in the world right now. In addition to all the uncertainty, to all the conflict and violence, to all the things that we are trying to hold within our awareness that is coming not just from our immediate environment, but from the whole of the world. There are so many worries that we are dealing with, so much uncertainty. And when we bring all of this together, no wonder that we are struggling. No wonder that we are feeling like we are behind. No wonder that we are feeling like we are not really making it. It's important to really understand that if you are feeling in any way overwhelmed, doing more is not going to help. And that's, for many of us, that's our default way of dealing with things. Trying harder to heal, trying harder to show up for our communities, for our clients. trying harder to be better organized, to do more things, trying harder to fix things in ourselves, in others, in our business, trying harder to grow our business, trying harder to do everything that we do. It also is true for the practices that we are doing, like trying harder to check in with ourselves so we understand how we are and what it is that we need. Trying harder to honor our needs and meet those needs in an empowered way. Trying harder to have clear boundaries and do things in the right way in alignment with our values. And that creates a lot of stress and a lot of this inner tension, this inner conflict of trying harder in all of those areas and further exhausting ourselves. Doing all the things, all the self-care things, all the business things, all the client things, all the growth things, all the self-improvement things, all the healing things. And so the answer is not in doing more and doing it better. Let me say that again. The answer is not in doing more and doing it better. Let it sink in. The answer is in understanding that you are a human being, that your life operates within cycles and within certain rhythms. And if you do not honor that rhythm, the rhythm of work, play, and rest, if you try to skip this natural rhythm, you will further exhaust yourself. When you think, for example, of a cycle and the rhythm of healing, of doing some work, reflection, showing up, doing practices, and then allowing yourself time to integrate. The same goes for business. Growing, showing up, really working on something, putting systems in place or hiring a team or creating a new program, and then allowing yourself to integrate this, allowing it all to settle down, allowing it all to realign, seeing how it lands, reflecting, reviewing, and then maybe taking some more action to improve things. And so doing more is not the answer. If you are already overwhelmed, if you are tired or exhausted, if you are in burnout, if you feel like you're spinning all the plates and trying really hard and yet you're dropping some stuff because you're just not keeping up with the pace and there are too many things, too many plates to spin. If that's how you're feeling, then the answer is to slow down. The answer is to put the plates down for a moment so you can rest, so you can regroup, so you can allow yourself and your nervous system to calm down a little bit. The answer is to stop trying so hard, to stop pushing so hard, and to allow yourself to rest and to reconnect with your inner rhythm. This is the answer. And I know that the society tells us that we should try harder. I know that we look at other people sometimes and it feels like everybody has got it sorted and worked out and I don't, so I have to try harder. There's something that I'm not doing right. I know that it's easy to look at other people's businesses, especially when they talk about them on social media, and feel like they are so further ahead than you are. I know that. I understand that. I experience the same things as everybody else. So I'm talking from experience, personal experience, as well as from the conversations that I'm having with other female practitioners. It's easy to compare ourselves with others and feel like we are left wanting. At the same time, it's really important that we remember that we are all on our own path. We have different needs. We have got different commitments. We have got different relationships, different lives, different well-being and health needs, different family dynamics. Really looking at your life within the context of a system. The systems thinking can be so useful and so liberating. It really allows us to come back and start acknowledging what's true for us and not compare ourselves with others so much. And so really what I would like to invite you to do is to notice if you've been focusing too much on fixing, whether that's fixing and improving in context of healing or your relationships or client work or community or business or anything else, your health and well-being, your life. Have you unconsciously allowed yourself to shift into that fixing mode? Fixing, improving, pushing hard. And have you disconnected from your own inner rhythm, the natural rhythm? The way that I look at my rhythm, for example, is when I'm in my rhythm, there is almost like a humming sound. My whole body is humming. It's happy. Like I do work and I show up and I hold space, but I don't feel exhausted by it. I don't feel like I'm forcing anything, pushing or struggling, striving. So check in with yourself. How does it feel for you when you are in your own rhythm? When you are tending and really taking care of your needs, of your nervous system, the rhythm and the cycle and the pace that works best for you. And when was the last time that you really felt that? When was the last time that it felt really good and spacious and feeling like you are moving forward in different areas of your life without pushing, without forcing, without fixing? This is something that in my experience, you have to keep coming back to. You have to keep checking in on a regular basis. You have to review your structure, business structure. You have to review your weekly schedule. You have to review your projects that you are working on. You have to review your client workload, your offers. You have to keep coming back to what's most important to you. Because things pile up and the brain loves fixing. It loves solution focus approach, improving, growing, going faster. And a lot of it comes from our society's conditioning. So if you want to heal, if you want to feel more connected with yourself, if you want to understand what your body is communicating, if you want to live in alignment with your needs, if you want more spaciousness in your life, if you want to grow in your business and in your life in a way that is aligned with your values, you need to create space for yourself to step back and reconnect on a regular basis. You need to tender and really look after your well-being, your nervous system, as if you were tending to a little plant. Nourishing, taking care of, watering, feeding, protecting from the winds and storms and the bad weather, and trusting the process, not trying to force it or push it, allowing its space, allowing space for that little plant to mature in the way that is right for it. So we cannot force the plant to grow faster. The thing that we can do is to create the right environment for that plant to grow and mature. So I hope you find this episode useful. I hope that it reminds you to come back to yourself, to let go of that unconscious way of being that is so conditioned within us, that it will remind you to slow down, to really take care of yourself, to focus on creating more ease and flow and spaciousness instead of pushing so hard and forcing things, to really allow yourself to reconnect with your inner rhythm and with who you are. And of course, if this way of working resonates with you, check out the information about our programs in the link below. And for now, I wish you an easeful and gentle, supportive day. Take care for now.